Good afternoon, everybody. A warm welcome to you at this session. My name is Herbert Blankenstein. I'm an IT journalist. I do radio programs with BNR News Radio, among others. And in this session, we're going to learn how Mendix supports Endemol developing their cloud-first and mobile-first strategy. So let's bring in Leon Bakbier, who is IT manager of Endemol. Please. Welcome to you too.
Hi.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
Can I get you a glass of water? Please take the chair next to me.
That's great.
It's better for the camera and everything.
Nice.
There you go. So we know Endemol, of course. They're a big producer of TV shows. They produce musicals and more of that stuff. But can you tell me, Leon, what we should know about Endemol that we don't know yet?
First of all, we are a global content creator, and we are represented in about 38 countries currently. And we have currently our merger with Shine and Core Media. So the company is currently called Endemol Shine Group. You probably know us from big formats like MasterChef or Good Times, Bad Times, or closer to home, the weekly sports from Fox Sports. That's probably where you could know us.
Yeah, okay, that's great. And you're working on a mobile-first, cloud-first strategy. That's what I hear. You're doing it with Mendix. Can you tell me, first of all, what problem you were trying to solve before you got into touch with Mendix and everything?
It goes back, I think, to 2011. I just finished restructuring my IT department. We came from a totally central organized IT worldwide, and we brought it back into the companies, so totally decentralized. At that point, I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do with IT in the Netherlands?
Yeah. Especially in the Netherlands.
Especially, yeah, because at that point I became responsible for the Netherlands.
Okay.
Looking at IT, I saw the difference, a huge gap between the business and IT. It was getting bigger and bigger. There was a lot of credit card automation, I call it always. Departments just putting out the credit cards, they're taking their the credit card and just starting using something.
That's blindly buying off-the-shelf software. That's credit card automation.
Yeah.
Okay, this
blindly
is
buy
I didn't know.
And the biggest challenge there is because our company is based on very how do you call it, independent people. So when they leave, the application leave with them and the data also. That's a big struggle then. Looking at that, the difference, the distance, we were always too late. It took us 6 months to come up with a new application.
Too late in what? You're explaining.
Yeah.
In what sense too late?
Too late. Every time we delivered an application 6 months later,
right.
It was not good. It was not what they wanted, and they already did it themselves.
Can Endemol people, the content creators, also build their own apps? Do they do that?
There is totally freedom in our company. They can do whatever is necessary to make the creative process.
Okay. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it makes an IT department desperate now and then.
Desperate is not the right word. It's challenging for us.
That's polite.
Yeah, it's
polite way of putting
it. It's great to work with creative people because it's bringing you a lot of new ideas.
Does it ever happen that those creative people come up with an app and you think, wow, I can use that?
Not business-wise, because that's totally different. The creative people are developing game apps and
I see
to support the shows, and we also do business apps, and that's other kind of business.
Sure. Okay. So that was the problem.
Yeah.
And how did you get in touch with Mendix?
At that point, I decided to go for a cloud strategy and a mobile-first strategy. I started looking for...
That's also business-wise and not consumer-facing?
No.
Just business-wise?
Business-wise.
Okay.
We started off with Amazon. We moved our complete infrastructure directly to AWS. And after that, I was looking for new application platforms for developing our own application, because we started from off-the-shelf programs which never really fits and never really solved the problem.
What kind of applications are we talking about anyway?
We used Microsoft CRM, we used SharePoint, we used probably everything from the Microsoft catalog.
And all those didn't satisfy you?
No, every time it was okay, but it was not solve the problem exactly.
In general, can you say anything about what was lacking?
It was our specific processes, because media is different from a normal company, and I'm mapping
Doesn't
that.
every company say that about itself?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But we are.
Also goes for Endemol.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it goes
okay,
for us,
all
but
right.
it's different. We don't have a product which you can take in your hands, and it's creative and it's changing, and our long-term vision is about 3 months or something. So, and the world around our product is also changing very, very fast.
Okay.
After that, I was looking for a new application platform, and I just I just saw Mendix, and I did the works. I just make an account, started the tutorial, and after that, I said, okay, that's nice, and I developed my first application, I think in 9 hours.
9 hours.
And it would cost me normally, I think, 9 months or something.
What was that? What app was it?
It was the first prototype, what we use now as our format registration and our format controlling tool.
Okay. And you did it in 9 hours?
It's just the basics and the...
Just the basics? Yeah. Something that would otherwise have cost you 9 months?
Probably. Negotiating with the users, and now I could just go every day to the end user and say, okay, is this what you want? No? Okay, we do different. And also...
So these 9 hours were spread out over a couple of days, I guess.
Yeah, it's not 9 hours working. No, it's just working for an hour or two, and it's also not you're not being punished if you change the data model completely, or if you can start over at no cost, and that's really great. So I was amazed by the power. Yeah.
And what happened next?
Now, looking at that, I adopted the program, and I started to develop my first back office application. And normally I don't develop, so I do the prototyping, and after that I hire some technical guys from one of the partners to build the application real, because that's not my expertise. But I am also a creative, so I like to visualize what I'm looking at, and let's see, and so develop my ideas around a new application or something.
Do you develop all apps yourself? Or do you have a team that you put?
I hire a team. My IT department is very, very small.
How small?
It's 7 people.
7 people, okay.
Okay, and it's mainly support, because if you look at our business with all the independent workers, we have about 3,000 to 4,000 employee changes a year. So getting people on board and off board, that's my main process for IT, and that's where my fixed staff is. Development is always hired.
Yeah. Okay. So the idea was MobileFirst CloudFirst.
Yep.
So what app could you present at first as a result of this move to Mendix?
What we did then was looking at our main previewing app. At that time we had an application that's used for previewing new broadcasts. So if you look at, for instance, Good Times, Bad Times, the daily show, it's taken 7 weeks ahead, and that has to be reviewed by the sponsors, by the creators, and that application, the process went prior to the application by DVD and distributed to everyone.
Yeah.
We developed at that time an application, and we ended up developing 4 because we needed an application for the desktop, we needed it for a PC, for a mobile phone, for a tablet, iOS, Android, whatever.
Wow, that sounds like more than 4. But
yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. So people who have the prerogative, I might say, to preview such a program, they do it on a mobile phone?
Currently, yes.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
I would want to see, if I were a professional in TV business, I would want to see it on as big a screen as possible.
Yeah, but we were able, we didn't think we could, but at the beginning we tried to make the viewer, because that's the part of what is working, giving you the experience of the viewing. So we are able to stream HD to every device what's available currently.
Wow. Okay, and in the past you need to do that 4 times,
Yeah.
and now no more?
No, I have one application, one backend. The only thing is we change is the specific layout for a specific device because yeah, screen size is limited, so you have to do something with functionality.
So you make Mendix the Mendix app output something like HTML5.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Did you expect that could be done?
No, not at all. We
How did
started
you
it
find
just as
out?
experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it take a lot of arm twisting of the software?
The biggest challenge was incorporating the player we used for streaming the videos. That was the biggest challenge. But after we solved that problem, it went way up.
Okay. Were the users happy?
Very happy because finally they got more innovation in the application because we deliver every 2 weeks new functionality. We couldn't deliver on any device before because there's always a device which was slightly different from what we expected, and then the stream is broken. And especially with external customers, you have one chance. They look at the video. If it doesn't work, they hate it and you're gone.
They'll never look again.
Yeah.
Okay. You say we add new functionality all the time. What functionality can you add if it's an app to preview video?
Oh, a lot, believe
me. Okay, tell me about it.
Currently we're working on analysis. So that's really great. We are monitoring how people are looking at the video, because if you're previewing a video, you want to know, okay, which part they are looking. When
you
do they go
use
out?
the camera of the device.
No.
What corner they're looking.
Just the behavior on the behavior on the on the device. So when do they stop? Which part do they take look more than once?
Oh yeah.
When do they go off? Do they watch the whole episode?
Find out which scenes are effective or something.
So that's one of the functionality. We're looking now into live streaming. Yeah, there's lots of wish lists available. Yeah.
That's fun. So, have you developed more apps since?
Yep.
Like what?
We also started to move our onboarding and offboarding process to Mendix. As I told
you, what's that? Onboarding and offboarding?
It's hiring people and getting people out of the business.
Okay, I thought it was something in the content stuff.
No. If you look at that process, is very specific for our organization because in the Netherlands, for instance, I have let's say 600 people working for me at the average. But if you look what I got on my payroll, it's only 200. And during a project, 30 to 100 people can come in, work for 3 weeks for us, and go out again. So I don't have the time to learn them specific SAP programs, and I don't have the time to teach them how to work. So everything has to be intuitive.
Okay. Now the cloud part.
Yeah.
What's important for you as far as the cloud is concerned?
For me, it's very important. The biggest advantage is scalability, because I never know how much work I will have to process. So if you, for instance, if you look at our transcoding process, you never know when the material is ready, and when it's ready, it has to be transcoded to another format as quick as possible. You can buy your own transcoding farms, that's possible, but they're always too small, they're not available when you need them. And using the cloud, and it's the same with Mendix, I can have one user working on it, but I can also have 500 users working at it. So I need to have the scalability. Yeah. And besides that, it's the unpredictable of our television shows. 10 years ago, it was no issue. You brought a television show, it went on air, and the complete series went on air, and it's okay. These days, when a show does not perform after one day, it's off, and they replace it with another one.
What does that mean for your work?
For my work, it would mean a lot of investments in hardware and software, which I have to write off after one show, or I have to reinvest.
Stuff is developed for this one show.
Yeah, especially
IT-wise.
Yeah, also.
Explain to me. I don't get that.
If you have specific second screen applications, let's say, what we did with Good Times, Bad Times, we synchronized 2 screens based on the audio signal. that's developed at one time.
It's all interactive stuff around the TV program proper.
So you,
Yeah.
if it fails, you develop it and you have to throw it away.
Wow, and that happens often.
Hopefully not.
Oh well.
Not with Endemol, only competition.
Okay, and as far as cloud is concerned, you're with Amazon, right?
Yep.
Why is that?
We started off with Azure and Amazon, but we found out that Amazon is way ahead if you look at specific infrastructure.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think the difference is about 6 years.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of Mendix, you already talked about how fast you can develop using Mendix. What other advantages does Mendix offer you?
Yeah, it helped me to become an enabler of IT and not a disabler of the company, because that's specific what it did.
You used to be a disabler, is that
yes,
right?
because we always had concerns, and oh no, we don't have to go to IT because they're always complaining that's not allowed. You can do this, you can do this, and now we can also. Yes, we can.
You're more popular now inside the company.
Hey. They're just waiting for me every morning again.
Yeah.
No.
But please be more specific. What can you enable now?
I am able to keep up with the business because that's changing so fast. And now I'm able to sit with the user. Is this what you want? Okay. And if it's not what he wants, then I can do it again, and I can make it exactly what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest challenge there is, if I can't deliver, they do it. Because that's how our production team is organized. They will deliver, because there is the deadline is the deadline. Anyhow, the show starts at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Will start. So they will deliver, and if I can't, they find somebody else.
Okay. Let me see. You're not using offline mobile. That's what I was told.
We're not using it now. Currently not. We don't have any usage for it, because if you look at the streaming files, first of all, it's protected material. You don't want it offline and get it on every device. Second, it's too big, because a typical file is about 20 gigs. So that's too big. So we stream it just to the device.
Okay, but it won't fit on a mobile device at all.
Yeah, it will fit 1 or 2, but
Yeah.
you won't be happy with your bill, I think.
Okay. What are you planning to do in the future with Mendix?
I'm now currently looking to setting up Mendix also as a game development platform. Most of the
Does it have a proven record in that field, or is that are you pioneering?
Not gaming as you may think. It's more as the app around gaming, around a format. Let's say if you have a specific show about history questions, the back end of that show is probably a database with all the questions and answers for the host.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking now into develop that kind of applications supporting our formats.
All right. Yeah. How is Mendix helping you?
Mendix is helping me to position my IT department as a partner of the business, and some department they can go to and help to solving their problems.
Okay. Let's go to the audience and see what they have to ask. Who would like to ask a question to Leon Bakbier? I'm going to place your chair with the microphone, and please stand up, and please say who you are, and then ask your question.
Hello.
Thank you.
I'm Fred.
Hi.
Fred Stam.
And you're from where? From what company?
From Utrecht. I work with Stamhuis Group, a retailer, or a retailer refurbisher. I'd like to ask you a question about what you just said earlier about Amazon being 6 years ahead of Azure. Could you pinpoint differences in that particular direction? Like, why is it that Amazon is so much better?
Yeah, it's not that I think it's so much better, but for the specific need we had. At that time, I was facing outsourcing my complete infrastructure to the cloud. At that time, I looked at, for instance, Azure, and they couldn't provide our own VPC or a virtual private cloud. They couldn't provide the direct connections. They couldn't provide workspaces. So if you look at the technical point of view, then Amazon is way ahead of Azure. If you look at Azure and you look at the services, so let's say in the SQL services, I think they do better.
Okay, and would there be any differences between VMware or HyperV?
I don't believe AWS is using HyperV, VMware. I don't. They believe the Novell part, I believe. Yeah. Basically, I don't care because I take I use a EC2 instance, and what's beneath it, it has to work for me. And that's the biggest advantage for me. I don't have to care about any iron and any investments on iron, because I can invest in my people and in their knowledge.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Does Mendix save you money so you can invest more in people and less in iron? Is that what I heard you say?
Amongst the
One of the
complete cloud strategy has saved us a lot of money and a lot of time, and that can now be invested into knowledge of people.
And can you say how much money has been saved this way? Or how much per annum?
It's in total. We did about 70% on capital investments, and we did about 30% on operational cost.
Okay. You said you had a small department. Are some people in your department, of the 7 people you mentioned, are they there because you save money on hardware? Or do the extra people go somewhere else inside the company?
No, I can keep my team as small as it is now because I only have to focus on specific parts of my my problems. So my main goal for my department is helping people on board and getting them to work as soon as possible. And all the other thing I can hire. So that's really great. And using a standard product like Mendix is just hiring some consultant. I can do the prototyping.
Okay.
And that's what brings me.
Within the team proper, you don't need extra people. If you need extra manpower, you can hire temporary folks.
And that's how complete Endemol is organized.
I see, yeah, right. Okay, I know this about TV productions. Organized the same way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. More questions for Leon Bakbier. Here's one. Please say who you are. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Peter. I'm manager software development at Æîwhile, and I had a question about when you referred to hiring teams to build digital products. For instance, second screen applications. What's the typical team consistency that you hire for a certain period?
What does a team look like? Thank you.
Okay, that's a great question because that's on that part I learned a lot. We started off with a lot of techies, and then you end up with a technical, fantastic working program, and your end users will not be happy. So if you look now, most of the money of a development process will go to UI design, because I have one chance, I can only do it once, and the user has directly need to be attached to the program, otherwise I lose them and it's gone. So I think 70% is UI, 30% is development in specific technical parts.
Okay, does that answer your question? Yes. Brings to mind another question about people. Let me phrase this correctly. This escapes me. Never mind. Okay. I'll go to the next question from the crowd. Who has another question for Leon Bakbier? Okay. No more questions, are you sure? Okay. There's one. You see? Just keep trying. Please tell us who you are.
Hi, my name is Ruben Nadimi from OITS in Namibia. Could you elaborate a little bit? You actually started, so half my questions have been answered already, but just by getting a little bit of an impression of timelines for development and a number of consultants that you're hiring, so that I can have, or even maybe numbers, so that I can have a little bit of an idea, like what kind of cost or investments would you have? That's one. And two is, can you elaborate on your dependency on Mendix and how you view it in terms of risk management?
Okay, those are two questions. First of all, typical development team for Mendix is about, normally I hire one guy who's doing the work, and 1 or 2 days a week I hire or a user interface a specialist, or I hire some technical specialist. So let's say 2 to 3 people developing an app. I started developing in Mendix, I think, in 2015. The first year we used as a proof of concept. Can we deliver? Is it workable? Is it safe? That's what it cost me, and we started developing with the previewing system early this year, and we released the first version, I think, in April. It's about 3 months, and after that we do every 2 weeks small updates and small adjustments. So let's say 2 to 3 people, which includes me doing the prototyping. In safety and dependency, for me it's not, I don't think it's a high risk, because I have access to the data. I can access the data model currently with the new APIs. Yes, if there is a problem with Mendix and I have to move over my complete application to another platform, yes, that would be a challenge, but yeah, I don't think it's a high risk for our company.
Okay. You said just now, I don't need this microphone, I'm holding it. You said just now that people who use the preview app are sometimes customers, and if the preview isn't available soon enough, they stop watching and they don't come back a second time. So what I'd like to know is, if since you're using Mendix, you can serve them better. Can you say Endemol sells more TV shows?
Yeah, the selling process is not handled by the previewing, but I think we are able to create better TV shows, and especially if you look at the good times, bad times, they are on the current news. So by improving the process of previewing and making it faster, we can faster adapt the program, we can adjust it more quick. So that's where we gain the money. I don't think we sell more shows.
Actually, it works with TV programs the same as with Mendix apps, a quick update process.
Yeah, it supports the quick update. In the past, we had to create a DVD. It has to be shipped by courier, and then the feedback is going back, and that's now totally automated.
Yeah, okay. More questions for Leon Bakbier? Anybody? Okay, well, it's an early one then, I suppose. That's because you answered the questions so well and so fast. Thank you very much, Leon Bakbier from Endemol. Big hand, please.